1 minute.
Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, students. Yesterday.
1 minute is also more important because in exam you
Yes. Okay.
tell 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yesterday we had a communication problem. The network problem was.
Yes, sir.
Today I think there is no much a problem. We will start with our discussions. Study. The third chapter we are entering. The third chapter deals with sultans of Delhi. That's what the third chapter. We have seen 1191 Muhammad of Ghori had come to India, defeated Prithviraj Chauhan, and they started rule in India. But he could not remain so much time in India, we have to go back. He went back.
Sir?
Yes.
So Prithviraj Chauhan only now sir defeated Muhammad Ghori.
He was Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori in 1191. 1192 again Muhammad Ghori came back. At that time Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the rulers from outside are coming inside. This Prithviraj Chauhan, after capturing Rajasthan, Ajmer, Delhi area, he wanted to establish his kingdom. But there was a news that his power in Afghanistan or his seat in Afghanistan will be occupied by somebody else. So he has to run back. On the way he was killed. He could not reach back to Ghori. So he lost. His son became the ruler in that area. So when he went from India, he had given the power or looking after this area to his general, military general named Qutb-ud-Din Aibak. So Qutb-ud-Din Aibak was given the responsibility of ruling India. He was only general, he was not the real ruler. Now he got the chance because Muhammad Ghori was killed on the way. He could not reach even the destination where he has to reach. So naturally this area that was conquered by India was abandoned by Muhammad Ghori's dynasty. So it has come naturally into the hands of Muhammad Ghori's general named Qutb-ud-Din Aibak. So before Qutb-ud-Din Aibak started to rule in India, it was Muhammad Ghori. Delhi was occupied by some other Indian kings, Tomaras, Pratiharas, all had some short time rule in Delhi. In ancient history, Mahabharata, you might have read about Hastinapura.
Yes, sir.
So in that story, Hastinapura is said to be Delhi. So Delhi is considered as the most important area as far as kings are concerned. And even you come into the modern period itself, Delhi is the capital of India. Even Britishers who had started their administration from Bengal in 1773, they shifted their capital from Bengal to Delhi in 1911 because they came to know if they must be respected as the rulers of India, they must rule from Delhi. So Delhi became an important center of Indian administration. So sultans started rule from Delhi and they began to take care of it. So we see in the textbook, the details are there, you can see here. See, Prithviraj Chauhan's name is there here. Then you see Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay?
Yes, sir. Rajput dynasties.
Then Iltutmish. Then comes Russia. All these details are given there. The rulers who were ruling in Delhi, the sultans. Now we will come to the next page of the textbook. That's important, you know. How do we come to know about sultans? How did the sultans rule? What were their activities? How were the relationship between the king and the people who were ruled? Whether the people were happy, or what were the disturbances inside the palace? You know, everybody wants power. Everyone wants to reach up to the top of the position there. Everybody wants to become the king. But only one post of the king is there.
But
As I told you, I think as politics, every person who becomes a member of a political party desires to be the prime minister. But prime minister's post is only one. Everybody cannot get. Okay. So all wants to become. So there will be fight and frictions. Some will openly say that I want to become the prime president or the king. Some will not say. Some will accept, okay, no problem, I cannot do, so I am ready to accept. So there were fightings, frictions. How do we come to know about it? Those things are known to us by the records. In Sultanate, there were record writers. They were known as Tariq and Tawarik writers. It is a Persian word. Persia is the present Iran. In ancient time, that area was known as Persia. Iran was known as Persia. So, in the Persian language, the writers used to write because sultans have come from that area. So, their language was officially Persian. So they were writing in the Persian. We call it Tariq and Tawarik. And these writers, you know what they are? They are very intelligent. Sometimes when you want to get something from mother, what you will say, mother, Mama, this whatever you have prepared is very tasty, very good. I am very happy of it. Or tell Papa, today you are looking so smart, Papa. You appreciate your Papa or your Mama. And you will put your matter to the Then usually mother will come, I know, you wanted something, that is why you are coming with this kind of idea. Mother will say to you. Then you will smile and put up your matter. But the kings were very happy.
students are waiting in lobby. Please admit them.
Pardon?
Some students are waiting in lobby. Please admit them, sir.
Lobby, I have opened it, unlocked it. Oh, not. Okay. I hope it is unlocked now. Okay?
Yes, sir. It is unlocked.
Okay. Now, see, you do like this, no? Tell your Papa, you are looking so smart today. How nice it is. And he will say, Papa, I want to go to my friend's house and I want this material. So this is what we do. The same way at that time the kings would be praised by the writers. Why? The writers would get some money. Kings would praise kings would be praised by the writers. So those writers, they wanted their money. That is only what was happening during the time of. So Tariq and Tawarik writers, they used to describe or explain about it. And one of the writer named, you see, Fakir M. Mudbir, wrote in the 19th century about the responsibility of the king. No, everything is a circle of, we call it the circle of justice. I will show you
13th century, sir.
I will show you what is circle of justice. You see, this is the circle. You know, in the circle, there is no beginning, no end. Everything is same. You see, there is a king, there is a soldier, there is a farmer. King, soldier, and farmer, 3 persons are there. Can anybody live alone? These 3 person group
No,
of,
sir.
these three
No, sir.
these 3 group of persons are interlinked. Can anybody tell me how they are interlinked?
Yes, sir. The farmers are interlinked to provide the food to the subjects, and king is interlinked to care of subjects, and soldiers is interlinked to help the king and guard the city.
Absolutely right. Okay, you see what he has told is right. Very good. You see, the farmer produces the material, farmer produces the food items, and that is a material that is needed for the king, the tax, the money. The farmer produces the money, and farmer gives to the king. Whatever is produced, share of that is given to the king. Now, king, after collecting it, a share of that would be given to the soldiers. King is a middle person, collects the material, gives a share to soldiers. What the soldiers are doing? Soldiers will protect the farmers. Soldiers are bound to protect the farmers from thieves and unwanted activities. You see, if I am a farmer, I am afraid that every day a thief will come to my field. I cannot do my agriculture. Because after doing agriculture activities, I must take rest for and sleep. So, if I am not able to sleep or take rest next day, I cannot do the work. So, it is necessary for me to take rest. During my rest time, thieves could not come and take my agriculture product. If that happens, I cannot give the share to the king. When I am not able to give the share to the king, king cannot give the salary to the soldiers, and king also cannot survive. So if farmer is not there, farmer is not not producing, king cannot survive and soldiers cannot survive. But for the farmer, if soldiers are not protecting, he cannot survive, he cannot do the agricultural activities. And the king will decide who should be protected, where should be protected, how should be protected. If that work is not done by the king properly, things will not work. So all these persons are interlinked. Nobody is out of it. That's why it's a circle. It's moving. Every time it's moving. One to another. That is why it's called a circle of justice. So when the farmer produces material and gives the thing to the king, he does justice. And king takes care of the farmer through the soldiers and provide dam, irrigation facilities to the farmer, and tells the soldiers to protect the farmer. He also does his justice. The same way soldier, when he obeys orders of the king and protects the boundary, and as well as a farmer, he does his duty as it's a justice. So that is just on a circle of justice. Nobody is free. You as a student has got a duty. You have to do. If you don't do, you are doing injustice to society and injustice to everybody in yourself and society. Your duty as a student is to study. My duty as a teacher is to teach you. If I am not teaching you, I am doing injustice. So that is why it is called the circle of this justice. The circle is there. We cannot get out of that circle. Circle, farmer is a starting point, we cannot say. King is a starting point, we cannot say. Soldier is starting point, or who is important. In the circle, there is no important point. All the points are equal. There is no starting, no ending. Everybody is equal. That's why it's called the circle of justice. King say, I am important. Okay, if he is important, the farmers are telling, we will not give you money, we will not produce and give you anything. How the king will survive? No chance. He will lose his kingship. Or he tells soldier is not protecting him, he cannot survive. Because when an enemy comes, he needs the support of the soldiers. So king cannot say, I am everything. No. And farmer cannot say, I am everything, because he needs support by the king for agriculture activities, irrigation facilities and dam construction. It will help him. For that collection, money together, organizing is done by the farmer, by the king. The soldier protects him. So it is all interlinked. Nobody can say, I am everything. No chance at all. That is why it is called a circle of justice. That is an important point in there. Next we will see, there are, yes.
Now also that type of circle exists.
Yes, definitely. Now also same. Same it is. Now the presently farming community, we are not telling about only farming. Every citizen now we have to take into consideration. We are paying tax to the government, no? Government cannot survive without the tax. Government gets some money by tax. That is why
Sir,
government.
but I have question.
Pardon?
I have question, sir. Sir, that farmer can survive without giving to anyone else. Then why does a farmer give to anyone else, or farmer does not increase the prices, whatever?
My dear fellow, farmer cannot survive alone. You need a cloth, shirt. Can you make a shirt also? You need a sickle. Can you make a sickle by yourself? Can you produce everything that you need? In ancient period, okay, they were living in the forest. Modern period, it is not possible. We cannot live alone. We need others' help. Okay. Your education. Do you think that you need mobiles? You need guidance? So many things you need. This is not possible. We cannot live alone in the present day world. In ancient times, sometimes more possible, because people could only pluck the flower, fruits. That is also, fruits should be there in the nature. Only pluck the fruits, but that fruit tree should be giving yield to you. It needs water. There should be irrigation facility. Only by depending on the nature, you may not be able to give. And you are depending on one tree. What happens? Some year that tree doesn't give any fruit, then you will die. You need a variety of fruits. So it is, you have to go from one place to another in search of water facilities available. So we know here in Bijapur, those who are living in Bijapur, there is Almaty Dam. One individual alone cannot construct an Almaty Dam. For that, so much of money is needed. The government can collect. How government constructs is because money is given by the people to the government to do that activity. So many people have donated the money. We may call it as a tax. That donation, government puts together and they construct a dam. And water is taken to different areas for irrigation purposes. A road is constructed with the money that is given. It is not the money from the Prime Minister's pocket. Okay, Prime Minister also gives a tax. President also gives the tax. Everybody has to give the tax. no excuse for any citizen of India from giving tax. You purchase any material, you purchase a chalk piece. In that chalk piece, it will be written MRP inclusive of all taxes. The taxes are going to the government. So no way you can say no, I don't want anything from the government. Clear? Okay?
Sir, sir, but
I'm not getting some sound problem. Your mic
then
problem.
how tax survive?
How?
You not take a tax, sir.
My dear boy, I'm not able to get your question. What is the problem? I don't know. I'm very sorry. Maybe network
Sir, he
problem.
is asking that.
Come on. Suddenly stopped.
He is asking that. Sir, how they survive? Do not take
I am only hearing the word.
tax, but
I am very sorry.
Sir,
I am very
the
sorry.
countries like Dubai not take tax.
Sorry, I am not able to get the
The
question.
country like UAE,
We will see.
I know Dubai
you
is not
say
country, but they survive.
the country like UAE survives if there is no tax. It survives because the government is having resources. Please stop your talkings. I will answer the question. The government.
Sir, answer one the question.
Sir, it is the capital city of Saudi Arabia.
My dear boys, I am not getting clarity of your question. There is some mic problem, but listen to me. I understood the question. See, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, in those countries.
Can I answer this question, sir, please?
Please keep quiet.
Please keep quiet.
See, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, in those countries, there is no tax, you say. There, because the oil wells are giving money to the government. Most of the oil wells are controlled by the government. So the money that is the profit that comes from the oil wells are going to the government. That is the reason. So government should have some resources, means of income. In India, if the government is getting some profit from different companies, that is not enough. We have got more population. So in India, more money is needed for more constructions and more work. So government has to collect the tax. So Dubai is different and their population is very less. And only the citizens of Dubai need not pay tax.
Can I answer?
If sound is clear, I will listen. Otherwise, no. Come on. Ask me. Nothing comes. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir, we can hear you, sir.
My dear students, please keep quiet. There is some problem from your side. I am not able to listen. Okay.
But the video.
Okay. So I will continue with the class. That's all I can do. Okay. Now, so there are two important topics that were discussed during the medieval period, during Sultanate. That is birthright and gender distinctions. You might have heard about Bal Gangadhar Tilak's statement. Freedom is my birthright and I will have it. Have you heard about it? So he tells freedom is my birthright. Birthright means something which I got when I was born. It is natural to me. It is completely it is mine. That's a birthright. So, if you are born to a family It is naturally that a family name, the prestige of the family, the economic status of the family will be yours. If the family has got a bad name, the family is not respected in that area, the same will be for you also. When you get out, he belongs to that family. It is like that, he is of that family. They will say. If you are a reputed family, then naturally, he is of that family. Hey, he is of that family. They will say. So, you get that birthright. In the ancient period and medieval period, if a person is born as the eldest son of a royal family, means son of a king, it was considered that the eldest son will become the king next generation, next king. That is a consideration. So it was considered as a birthright. Now, there is eldest daughter, Razia. So, whether she can become the king, that is so birthright, the authority, the power, anything that you get when you are born. You belong to a royal family, you will be respected as a royal family. You are born as a member of a slave family, you will be treated as a slave family. That was a system in ancient and medieval period. Modern period, you can change. If you work hard, your social status can be changed. People will respect you, they may not mind your family. If you are a very good boy, very good character, society will respect you. They may not check whether you belong to that family or not. But ancient time, it was not like that. No chance for anybody to escape from the social distinctions and social problems. So that is the situation. So that is a birthright. So then gender distinctions. As I told you, male or female. In ancient time or medieval time, society was not ready to accept females as rulers. They were not ready to accept. But there are history. There are some rulers. But society, in general, society was not ready to accept females as rulers. That is what the Tavarika writers have, gender distinctions. Male or female. So females have the responsibility to be at home, to look after the members of the family, to take care of the children. So that was considered. So they were not considered to be the rulers. That is what we must know. So that is why gender distinctions, gender means male or female, differences, and birthright. So the eldest member should become the ruler. Now you know British, Queen Elizabeth is there. As per the custom of British government, the eldest male member would become the next king. Then we may ask, how did Queen Elizabeth? Queen Elizabeth became the king because she had no brothers. Now Queen Elizabeth had daughters and sons. Now her son, Prince Charles, will become the king if Queen dies at present. But this Prince Charles had elder sisters, but they have no right. They cannot claim. But around 8 years ago, British Parliament made a new law that anybody, whether it is a male or a female, the eldest one in the family will become the ruler. So now Prince Charles is there, his son William is there. And William is having 2 sons and 1 daughter. So they are in that line of. But William also is having eldest son. If William had eldest as the daughter, that daughter would get, not any son. So that is a dynasty followed. Okay. So they were telling why female should be given. So when Razia claimed that I want to become the king of Delhi, others were asking how and why only male members can become. So this question came up. And there is a writing. We'll see that writing. You see, one person named Minhaj Siraj. You can see there. He writes about Razia. He tells beautiful statements are there. What he tells, see, he told about Razia. Let us see what is. I will read it out. Minhaj Siraj thought that Queen's rule went against the ideal social order created by God. Who is telling? Minhaj Siraj. What is a social order? Can anybody tell me? Hello? What is a social order?
Social order. That social order is like this guy will be superior to that, or this guy will do this thing and this will do that thing only. This is social order.
Yeah, that is social. But in this social order is only male member can become the only son can become the rulers. Okay. In the medieval period, social order was that. Every time sons will be given importance, not daughters. So that was a medieval social order. Okay, so that's what he's telling. Ideal social order created, God has created like that. Because in the Bible, it is told God has created Adam in the beginning. And from Adam only Eve was created. So male members should dominate. That is what they were speaking. In which women were supposed to be subordinate to men. That is a social order created in the society. That is what Minhaj Siraj say. Then he therefore asked, in the register of God's creation, since her account did not fall under the column of men, how did she gain from all of her excellent qualities? See, Razia Begum is having excellent qualities as a king, as a leader. Now Minhaj Siraj is telling, how did she get it? God has made a mistake or not? That is what he is doubting. Because here there is a column of men and female, male and female. So in the column of male, the prescribed abilities of men is written. But this Razia Begum's name is written in the female column, but all the qualities of male that would have been there is found in her. So God has made a wrong entry of putting her in a female column than male column. Mistake has happened. That is what Minhaj Siraj is doing. So Razia Begum was a good administrator, better than her brothers. So this might have happened, a mistake from the part of God. That is why God has put her name in female column, but has given her all the qualities of a male. That is what Minhaj Siraj speak about Razia Begum, the ruler of Delhi, daughter of Iltutmish. So how did she gain from all her excellent qualities? That you must understand. Okay, today that is enough. Good class. I hope. Any doubt is there today?
No, sir.
No. Very clear today's class, no? Happy?
Sir.
Okay. Next day, we'll,
Happy, sir.
tomorrow we'll continue. Slowly we'll go. I am
One doubt.
Yes, come on.
Sir, are there any taxes taken for the water?
Taxes taken for the water.
Sir, are there any?
See,
Yes, sir.
see, electricity we pay. It is not a tax. What is for electricity? It is a charge for electricity, for the creation of electricity, for bringing the electricity to your home and supplying for that. There is money for that. That money is divided by all the consumers. It is not a tax. We cannot say it is a tax. Okay. It is a money or charge fee. When we call a person to repair in your house, a tap is to be repaired, you call a person to do the work, you know. That person we give money. Okay, it is not tax. It is money for that person. The same way, you know, electricity.
Sir, when we buy a water bottle, sir. Water bottle.
Water bottle, it is what? It is a money that expenditure for making that water bottle. And government wants
Sir, tax, sir. No tax for that, sir.
From that they put some tax on that. So government will get a money. You do work.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You do work. You get water and enjoy. You drink bottled water. You pay money to the king, government. If you don't drink bottled water, you go to a well and drink water, government will not take money from you. Understand? There is a tax to get for the government to collect money from. Some means it wants. No? Otherwise, how can simply go, it becomes coming and ask, it will feel begging. No? Instead of begging, government tells, my dear fellow, okay, you give this much, you give this much. That's only government, it does one kind of begging only. You understand? We are paying to the government. In economics system, government cannot print the money. That will come to 9th class, you will learn. Okay? So, it's a government, we are giving free money to the king or government. And that money, government is distributing. As I told you in the beginning, you know, government needs money. The king needs money because he is not going for any agricultural activity in ancient period. Those who have gone will give a share to the king. That's all. So that is the money the king gets.